Verse 269. Leaning on the Alaya for support, the Manas is evolved. Depending on the Citta and Manas, the Vijnana-system is evolved. I touched on all of these terms in video 75, which covered verses 102 and 103. Verse 102 told us that mind, or Citta, is the Alaya Vijnana. And the point I made in that video was that these aren't just ideas or concepts that we have to get our heads around. They're actually reminders to practice. They're pointing us to practice. So there is a bit of stuff that we have to get our head around here. But let's not get too caught up in these terms. Basically, we're wanting to step back from everything, step back from absolutely everything. And we can do this because this is the point that we're actually operating from. We're not being asked to step back to something unknown. We're just being asked to step back to something which is always present, something which we're always operating from. That something is the awareness which is healing this right now. Yes, this simple awareness that's healing this right now. This is the Alaya, because this awareness can be aware of anything. It's aware of the whole universe, not just the whole universe, but unlimited imagination, unlimited ideas and thoughts. There's unlimited potential here. This is the Alaya. We're all impressed by these new three-dimensional televisions or IMAX cinemas, which lets us see things in 3D. But we've got this inbuilt system here, which not only lets us see things in 3D, but allows us to smell, taste, touch, along with hearing and seeing. What an amazing system this is. This is the Alaya. And this Alaya lets us tune in to various channels. And this tuning mechanism is the Manas. This is our ordinary mind. The mind that chooses what it's wanting to focus on. Although there's probably not much choice most of the time. So the Manas has got one very important choice it can make. The Manas is what chooses to practice enlightenment. The Manas is what can direct us back to this Alaya. To realization of this wonderful mechanism that's in operation. So this is the Manas, this is the thinking mind. And then we're told in the next phrase, depending on the Citta and Manas, the Vijnana-system is evolved. Now, as I said earlier, Citta and Alaya are often synonymous in this text. But there's this amazing thing. Which can direct us back to the Alaya. It's called the attention. And I would make a distinction here between the Alaya and the Citta here. The Citta is the attention, and the Alaya is the attention at rest. When the attention isn't attending to anything except itself. If you can do this, then you're home and dry. But what normally happens is the citta, along with this thinking mind, the attention, is focusing on all these amazing things, all these different channels that are going on, all the different stories. These stories involve sights, sounds, smells, tastes, feelings. Like a child in a candy shop. It's hypnotized. It's hypnotized. All these things to choose from. What next? I'll have some of this, I'll have some of that. No, I'll put that down and I'll have some of that. I'll have them both. Let's go for it. Oh, is there something interesting in the back of the shop? Let's keep looking. So this is what's described here as the Vijnana-system being evolved. The Vijnana-system is the awareness of the objects of the senses. It's getting caught up in them. Getting caught up in sensory consciousness, consciousness of the senses and what the senses have to offer. So we're caught up in it all. We're caught up in this smorgasbord of sensory delights. Also sensory hells, mind you. Sensory heavens and hells. But we've got a way back to our original home, our origin. And that's to observe the attention. How it's taken from one thing to the next, and when it's not, it looks for something. It's like the child in the candy shop, always looking. And even if it gets bored, it wants to find out more. It will look behind the counter. But if we can just focus on this attention, this is the citta, the attention that wants to move away from itself. But in focusing on it, we're actually attending to the attention. And we're coming back to pure awareness. This is the Alaya, which is aware of absolutely everything, or it can be. But we're not interested in what it's aware of. We're interested in awareness itself. This awareness that belongs to little old you is bigger than the whole universe. It contains everything, all potential. And this is what the next few verses, in fact the next run of verses are concerned with. Stepping back into the Alaya, stepping back into this wonderful and yet very ordinary, extraordinary awareness